Hi guys, welcome to Ask Russell episode 11. So it's been a bit of a delay. Hopefully you all like my t-shirt. You're not big time till you got your face on your own t-shirt, so hopefully that means I made it. So the next question I've got is from Swanee, one of the basketballers I used to coach at Bournemouth Uni a few years ago. He's been away a few years. So let me read it to you. He says he's played basketball, obviously. Current stats, he's 25 years old, 6'1", weighs 88 kilos, and his body fat is 19%. Ideal stats for his position and his height is 85 kilos and 10% body fat. So his questions are, should he keep eating everything under the sun to gain weight, then lose the fat at the end? If yes, is there a maximum fat percentage I'd advise training at? If no, is there a minimum you'd advise training at? The second question is, 8 to 12 months realistic to make these kind of changes? So, first answer, I'll start from the end. Yes, 8 to 12 months is about right. And the changes that you sort of look like you need to make, by my calculations, are you need to add about 5 kilos of muscle in order to be 85 kilos and 10% body fat. So effectively, that's going to be your goal as your primary work, which is what you're alluding to about having eaten loads under the sun. Basically, like a dirty bulk. Just eat, shed loads, put on loads of weight on the hope that you put on some muscle as well, and then strip all the fat off at the end, sort of sometime later. Now, I don't particularly like the idea of a dirty bulk because it's pretty unhealthy. There's a lot of crap going on in your body and a lot of sugar and horrible food, so that's not a good idea. But actually looking at your numbers, 19% body fat is plenty big enough for your body to feel comfortable putting on muscle. Now the reason why the idea of a bulk is that protein and muscle is expensive to build, so your body doesn't necessarily want to add loads of muscle to a frame if you're not eating a calorie surplus of some sort. So you go on a bulk, therefore, well, if you need some surplus, masses of surplus must mean that I put on masses of muscle. Well, it's not quite the same. So at 19% and the general calories that you're eating are probably enough. You just need to look at what you're eating. And a dirty bulk is definitely not the way forwards. You want to eat clean. So what I'd probably do if I was you is just try to keep track of what I'm eating, try to get an idea of what it actually is, and start to then switch things up so the quality is really high. So eating really high quality meats, good quality fats, coconut oil, the fat on good meat from nuts, those kind of things. Making sure that you're getting plenty of protein, so you're going to need like 2 grams per kilo of protein, so you're looking at kind of 180 to 200 grams a day of protein, plus a good fat intake, and then your carbs just facilitate your training. So, eat carbs to allow you to train hard, not as a focus point of your diet. So don't be scared of them, but you don't need to eat loads of them. So over the course of 8 to 12 months, you should be able to put on at least 3 kilos as a minimum. 5 is very doable, and you'll then start to decrease your body fat percentage as you go throughout training as well. If you eat clean and build muscle, it's likely that if you're not eating monstrous amounts too much, that you'll start to lose fat. But on a side note, if you were to take the high body fat percentage approach, so dirty bulk, then you're much more likely to get hurt because you're going to be carrying a load of extra weight that doesn't contribute anything. Basketball is an explosive, fast sport. It's going to slow you down. The impact from landing is going to be much higher, so you're much more likely to get a sort of knee, ankle and back problems, repetitive strain injuries like tendinitis, all those kind of things of your lower limbs. So if you were to do a massive dirty bulk, you'd be fat, which is a negative. You'd be rubbish at basketball, another negative. You're on your way to giving yourself some health problems, a third negative. And it can actually make you feel like crap as well. First off you think, oh yeah, brilliant, all this food is amazing, but actually it's not. It makes you feel like crap day to day. So yeah, I would say, yes, the timescale is right. Eat clean food about the same amount as you're doing now. That should be enough to put on weight without, without getting loads fatter. And after a few months, start to see where you're at. You should have put on a couple of kilos in a few months at least, and maybe lost a kilo or 2 of fat, definitely, and then see how it goes from there. Alright, so hopefully that helps. Cheers, Swanee. See you soon.